Hello, I'm Chief, and today I thought I'd give you a little peek of the new Native Instruments bit of gear that they've released. It came out a day or two ago. It's now Wednesday, the 3rd of July 2013. It came out a couple of days ago, and I picked this up 4 or 5 hours ago. I've had a play with it for about 10 minutes, and I thought, well, rather than do a review, because I'd be really shit at reviews, I thought I'd just show you how it works and how to set it up if you're interested in buying it. So it's not going to be a review because I would be absolutely terrible at that. So I'm just literally going to show you how it all fits together and how it works with Traktor DJ for iPad. I'm not going to connect it up to Traktor Pro on the Mac if you use it on the Mac, or Windows if you use it on Windows, because I think it's going to be fairly self-explanatory on there. It's a standard 2-channel mixer, but it's got a 24-bit sound card in, which is good for NI and a compact device. So I'm purely going to focus on Traktor DJ for iPad. So in the box you get the unit, the Native Instruments Traktor Kontrol Z1 or Z1 if you're in the States, I guess. And like I say, it's a 2-channel mixer. It's got its own inbuilt sound card, so you can output to your home monitors, or in a club if you wish. On the back, you've got your standard USB 2 output, as well as 2 RCA phono outputs to go to your monitors, and you have a power supply adapter there as well as your headphone socket on the front of the unit. Standard crossfader, standard channel faders, you've got your standard gain controls per channel, you've got your main output, as well as your highs, your mids, your lows, and a filter on each channel. Now this knob here will also double up as your effects control, which I'll show you in a minute. So you can turn it on for filter controls, high pass, low pass filter. You can press mode and also hit that button, and it will change it into controlling the effects, dry wet effects on Traktor DJ for iPad. In a box you get, as well as the standard USB 2 control lead that you'll find for any MIDI controller out there, they also supply this. Hopefully you can pick that up. It's your Apple 30-pin adapter that you'll get on the majority of Apple devices out there. However, Native Instruments haven't bundled any form of adapter if you use the latest Apple iOS gear, such as the iPhone 5. Remember, this is at current time of watching the video. This is March 2013. Or the latest generations of iPads. That's the iPad 4 or the new iPad mini that's about at the moment, because they use the Lightning adapters and not these 30-pin adapters. So if you have got the latest iPad or the latest iPad mini or an iPhone 5 and using Traktor DJ on an iPhone 5, you're going to need one of these. Now, from memory, I'm really crap at preparation. From memory, these are, I don't know, 25, 30 pounds, whatever that converts to overseas. So you'll plug that in at the bottom, like so, nice and easy, and you'll plug it into your iPad or your iPhone. That then will bring the unit on. Now I've already loaded Traktor DJ, as you can see here, but if I didn't have that loaded, there's a little iOS pop-up that comes up, and it asks you whether you want to allow the iPad to communicate with the device. And assuming you've plugged it in to mess about with it, you're going to want to say yes. If you say no, then it's not going to let you. Fairly self-explanatory. So that is essentially it. So I've got the Z1 connected to the iPad. I've got the 2 RCA phonos here connected to, you probably can't see out of shot, but there's a KRK monitor here as well as one over here, so left and right channels. Standard USB, which is going into the iPad, as I said, and your power. Now, if you are using the Z1 connected to your Mac via the usual USB cable, so the standard USB 2 square piece at the back going into your normal USB slot, you don't need to use the power supply that's supplied. So it's bus powered. It will power itself off the Mac. So if you're using it with your Mac and Traktor Pro or Traktor Scratch Pro, then it will work. It will work as it is. If you're using it with your iPad, this cannot be powered off the iPad at the moment. Whether that changes in the future, who knows? But at the moment, it can't. So you're going to need the supplied power adapter. So iPad, unit, standard 2-channel mixer, off we go. So I'm not going to labour the point. I'm sure if you're already watching this video, you know what your bits and pieces do on a standard mixer. You know, you're not going to get anything over and above what you'd expect. You've got your lows, your mids and your highs. We've got the filter. If I turn it on. Okay, so standard filter, high pass, low pass, standard line fader, standard channel fader, standard crossfader. So, if you want to use the effects, you can load up the effects panel. Oh, by the way, if hopefully you can pick this out on the video, you can see that by moving the crossfader, it's moving the crossfader on the unit itself, on the software itself. So, onto the delays. Sorry, onto the effects. If you want to turn the filter off and put the effects management on instead, you press mode and then you press the button and it turns from blue to orange. So that then engages, the software effects to talk to this knob here. Now, again, I'm not sure whether the camera's going to pick this out, but there's an outline of the orange line, of the orange circle that you usually see there. I'll call it a ghost outline. Now, if we move that, you can see that by moving the knob, it moves the ghost outline. Now, it's ghosting because there's no effect in use, but it's showing you at what point on the XY axis the effect will be as and when you turn it on. So if I leave it center at the moment and then turn it on, hopefully you'll see that the outline there turns solid and the effects then are engaged, as you can hear. Turn it off and it's gone, but the outline is still there to show you where you are relative to the XY axis box. And the same will happen for whatever other effects you choose. Turn it on and we'll get the reverb and so on. Now, if you lock it, you get a locked outline there. We'll turn it on again and it will hold it. So it's completely as you'd expect. It's totally as you'd expect. You can monitor your incoming and outkoming tracks if you want to. Again, as any normal mixer. So you'd press your respective button there, and then you'd cue in your headphones as you normally expect. So overall, I think it's a pretty good unit. I've only had it a few hours. I had a go for about 10-15 minutes, and I thought it was great fun. I really did. So what I'll do now is I'll just give you a demonstration for a couple of minutes. I've just loaded a couple of tracks that I've not processed yet or put any cue points on. I know that I really like the top one. I heard it briefly this morning. I've no idea what the bottom one is yet, so this could go either way. But just to give you a bit of a demonstration of the unit, like I say, there's nothing that's going to blow your mind here. It's literally just to show you how effective the unit is. With Traktor DJ for iPad, because one of the issues that I've had is that whilst it's brilliant on its own, I do think it's great fun. The accuracy with your finger, especially if you've got big fingers. Now, I've not got big hands at all, but you know, if you're trying to be accurate, and if you want your channel faders or your crossfader to be at a certain point, you know, sometimes because the screen and the touch sensitivity is that good, as soon as you lift off, it moves back a touch, because you know there's a part of your finger that's still on the screen even after you've lifted off, very very quickly. So that bit is more frustrating for me, and for any of you that have seen my I've got a couple of iPad mixes on my YouTube channel. Any of those that have seen my second one, the Tech House one, it must have taken me, I don't know, 10, 15 attempts to try and get that done, specifically because of the accuracy when trying to use your finger on channel fades and stuff. And it sort of spoilt the experience for me, especially when you want to drop the bass at a certain point and then you drop it, but then you slip and it puts it back up, and then the second track has come into the mix and you're just mixing too much bass. So having proper tactile knobs and controls, I think makes this, or will make it, not that I've had much experience with it so far, I think it will make it such more fun because you've got a lot more control over it. You know, people say that, you know, you forked out a lot of money for the iPad, you forked out you know, a reasonable amount for the software itself. Why do you have to go and spend £169, again, whatever that converts to overseas, you know, just for the sake of tactile knobs? Well, it depends how serious you are, and it depends on, well, maybe not even how serious you are. It depends on, you know, how serious you are with your hobby. If you're not, you know, if you're not making money out of DJing, I love it. And I thought I'd give it a go, and I'm you know, only having it a few hours so far. I'm pleased I did, because I think it will improve my experience of this. So anyway, I've just spoke more than I fancied, so I'm just going to kick off now with just something basic, just to demo the unit.